What's up folks, my name is Felix. Welcome back to a new video where we are going to talk about the Yomp token, a project from no other than Bryan Legend, the creator of safuu, of the Vulcan blockchain and several other DeFi projects. He describes himself as a visionary, an influencer, an entrepreneur, someone who wants to make millionaires in this space, and he is probably one of the most discussed people here in this DeFi, if not in the whole crypto space. He was already on channels like CoffeeZilla. We will now get into his history in more detail. Afterwards, we will speak about his new project, the Yomp token, and if there's any potential or how I see that project. So Bryan Legend already had several DeFi projects. The most successful in terms of attention, in terms of volume and collected funds was definitely safuu. If we take a look on the safuu price chart, it was nothing other than a pump and dump. The basic mechanisms of safuu were a rebase protocol similar to Titano, where you can get multiple 100,000% per year, but of course only if no one sells the token before you. And that's exactly what happens. They had their pre-sale on the 1st of March last year in 2022. Then the price started from around 15 US dollars. Then it pumped up to over 300k in the peak. It hovered around for some time, for around, let's say 1.5 months before it crashed. And now it is sitting at 7 cents. So it lost almost 100% of its value because the project he created was not sustainable. We want to take a very quick look at his reaction when the pre-sale of safuu happened.
Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Even I am blown away by what just happened. Okay. Literally sold in less than 45 seconds.
So in terms of volume, in terms of attention, again, this project was a massive success. But yeah, of course, it was only a success for the people who got into this pre-sale, and probably for some others, the majority, 80, 85, 90, maybe 95% of the people who were in safuu lost money. So it was a project where money flew from one hand to the other hand, and the rest of the capital went into the pocket of Bryan Legend. There's no doubt he is one of the best marketers in this space, because he managed to get so much attention for this project that he was able to sell out this pre-sale with 3 million US dollars in less than a minute. But of course, all this success in terms of attention was a warning signal for a lot of people. So On-Chain was the guy who called out Bryan Legend. This is the YouTube channel of Oliver. He used to be called On-Chain Crypto, but now he's called Fairplay because that's the name of his no house edge casino project. But if we go back into the timeline, we can see that he was the guy who called out Bryan Legend at this time, called safuu a scam. For example, here, safuu scam exposed. Bryan Legend begged me to not expose him. And all these videos from Oliver at that time, he even involved Bryan Legend's family, which also called him a scammer because he was collecting the fees of the project and many people lost. Caused that price dump in safuu. So that was around that time here. There safuu pumped again. Then all these videos came. People realized that safuu is of course not sustainable. They probably already knew that once they got in, but they got sold their dream from a great marketer called Bryan Legend. And yeah, the obvious happened. The price crashed and now is worth almost nothing anymore. At this point, I have to make clear I've never been involved in any of Bryan Legend's projects. I heard about safuu at that time, but I knew the train was already gone, and yeah, it was a pump and dump and all the projects which came after. So then he created a blockchain, or he wanted to create a blockchain which was called safuu. This blockchain has now the name Vulcan blockchain, and after this price crash and everything happened, he wanted to save and help the people who lost money and wanted to create a new version of safuu which was called safuu Go, and also failed massively. Then he said he wanted to turn his back on crypto. This was around 2 to 3 weeks ago. But instead, if we jump on his channel, he came out with the new project, the Yomp token. You can see here, sorry, I give up and I'm done with crypto. And literally a few days later, I have returned to crypto as the Yomp god. And now he already created several live streams. There will be one tomorrow as well, where he is talking about this new project. This just as a little piece of history, what happened with Bryan Legend, his project safuu, and everything around that. But the history lesson here in this case is not done yet, because all the people who supported safuu, Vulcan blockchain, safuu, whatever all his projects were called, turned their back on him and also calling him a scammer now. For example, if we jump over to the Greek DeFi guru, he made already 2 videos where he's saying Bryan Legend is a scammer. Also, a bigger spokesperson from the safuu community called Daniel Prado said clearly stay away from Yomp. And there are several other videos out there on YouTube from YouTubers which were used to push the projects of Bryan Legend, which are now saying he is a scammer because of what all he did with safuu, with all these other projects. So you might want to do your own research. I just wanted to make sure that you know what's going on behind the scenes. So summarized, he lost the backing of many people who supported him along the way when the safuu journey started, and now he is creating a new project and all the people are of course very skeptical about it. That's why we now want to take a look into it, what Yomp token is all about. And to describe this project in a very simple manner, Yomp token is basically the inverted version of safuu, because it's not a rebase protocol where you get more tokens every 15 minutes. No, it's a debase protocol which is deflating its supply. There will be a starting supply of 1 million token and the token supply will debase every 15 minutes. So 1% a day in the first 7 days, 0.5% per day until day 30, and so on. So the tokens which you hold on your wallet as well as the tokens in the liquidity pool will get less and less over time, and that's why the price will increase over time. I of course also have an example of a project which is doing that already for several months, and how the chart looks, we will take a look at that afterwards. And through the mechanism and the tokenomics of Yomp, he is guaranteeing price appreciation by design. And not only is he guaranteeing price appreciation with the Yomp token, no, there is another incentive where you can earn weekly BNB rewards from the volume of the token while you just hold the token, and there you can be the so-called Yomp king and queen and will get 33% of all of the taxes which are created. And he also chooses 12 runner-up prizes for disciples, so for people who are standing behind the project, so-called spokespersons. So this is the basic model here in this case. Of course, there are also taxes involved, which will start with 15% buy tax and also 15% sell tax. And with all these designed, he is promising a 50.8% APR in the first year. And of course, the supply will go down day by day, more and more, and there will be less and less Yomp token over the lifespan of this project. If we jump over to the white paper and take a look at more details, we can see that the Pixel Launchpad will start at the 7th of August. And you will basically be able to buy the Yomp token over there with a hard cap of 2100 BNB, which is equal to around 500k. There's a soft cap of 250k, maximum buy will be 10 BNB, and all the funds which will be collected in that pink sale pre-sale will be used for liquidity. The pink sale pre-sale has already been created, and as you can see here, maximum buy is 10 BNB. That basically means that if just 210 max wallets buy in, this should be at an amount of 2500. The pre-sale will already be sold out. And as Bryan Legend states in his live streams, I watched all of them, he thinks that it will probably sell out in less than a minute. So the pre-sale is ongoing for 24 hours and he thinks it has the potential to be even faster than the safuu pre-sale at that time, which took around 30 to 40 seconds. And if we jump back to the white paper again, we can see that he is stating you are protected. There will be no transfer tax, no whitelist, no blacklist, no additional tokens can be minted. There will be no team tokens. So the team has to buy in the pre-sale itself if they want to have some tokens. And the contract will immediately be renounced after pink sale. That means he could not do any changes if he really renounces the contract after this pre-sale. So there will be a limit of a 20% max tax. Again, at the start of the project, it will be 15 and 15, so for buy and sell. And he is planning to lower that over time. And liquidity should be locked, I'm quoting Bryan Legend again, for several years. So there will be no access to liquidity. And then afterwards, after the pink sale pre-sale is over, they are planning their CoinMarketCap listing as well as their CoinGecko listing. Now we want to talk a little bit about the potential of this project and compare it to safuu at the time of March last year. So if we take a look on their Twitter page, we can see that they have 10.1k followers. The same amount is here on their Discord, but from what I saw is that here are at least 60, 70, maybe even 80% are bots, so not real people. So if you are expecting a lot of interaction, especially here on Discord and on Twitter, or as it's now called X, and we scroll through the posts here, you will basically be proven wrong because yeah, most of the people are bots or are just people who went onto those socials because of a campaign or some other stuff. Also, if we jump over to his YouTube channel and scroll through the timeline, he deleted most of his videos, but most of his live streams are still online. And we can see that those had around 4, sometimes 6k, sometimes even over 10k views. And if we jump back to the most recent live streams where he was talking about the Yomp token, we can see that those are just around, the first one was around 4k, but the others were still below 2k. So just around 25%, maybe even just 20% of the traction he got at that time last year. So I would also expect this number for the pre-sale of the token as well as for the volume. And of course, there's the thing that a lot of people lost trust and faith in Bryan Legend because he was, scamming most of the other people in the other projects. He is considering them as failed project, but obviously he collected all the fees and removed the liquidity from safuu. There might still be some people who want to buy in the Yomp token because of the face of Bryan Legend, but of course not that volume that he had around 1 year and 4 months ago, where he sold out a pre-sale with $3 million in less than a minute. And as promised before, I wanted to show you a chart of a token which might look very similar to the Yomp token because of its design. And I'm talking about the Thorium token, which is from the Thorium ecosystem. And I expect the chart of the Yomp token to look very similar. The price will go up because of the decreasing supply, because of the debases every single time. Of course, there will be way more volume than in the Thorium token. I expect this to be at least 10,000 US dollars every single day, if not even 100,000 US dollars every single day. This will of course go down over time, but especially in the beginning, we will have a lot of volume, and this could cause the chart to go up even faster than we saw here in the Thorium token. This is just my expectation from a project which is very similar, so don't take this as a guarantee. This is just an example from a token chart which is by design very similar to the Yomp token. Of course, you should take in consideration the fees which are collected with the Yomp token, and as always, if you get in early, you have an advantage on all the other people. Expect the tokens to go down in your wallet. So for example, if you buy into this pink sale, you get 100 tokens, for example. These tokens will go down every single day, especially in the first days, the first 7 days. The supply of the tokens in your wallet will decrease by 7%. So you will in the end just have 93%. But of course, the price will appreciate over time, and that's how you can take advantage of the Yomp token. How all that ages, I will probably cover in an upcoming video. I just wanted to let you know the full story, that you know what you are getting into, what Yomp token is all about, and that it will probably be another pump and dump in this case, and you don't want to be one of the people who is getting in this project a week after, 2 weeks after, or maybe not even at all, because you don't want to work with Bryan Legend. This could be an ethical reason or whatever. So that should do it with the video about Bryan Legend and his new project, the Yomp token. If you want to share your experiences with Bryan Legend, if you were involved in his previous projects, feel free to do it down in the comment section. If you like today's video, it would be great if you can hit the like button. Thanks for watching, and let's get this crypto.